It is Ms. Right Time with Right Time Advantage. I'm looking at an Instagram account called forlove9099. And it says, love tip number 1. Women. Sometimes it's hard to fully let go of a man because deep inside we search for closure. We internalize their actions and need a clear understanding of why they left. Give me a good reason. That's what we say to ourselves. Why won't they commit? Why they cheated and or why they didn't choose you. Understand that the reason why is irrelevant when the outcome would be the same. Have learned that the person God has for you won't have you seeking for answers. If a man truly wants to be with you, he will. If he doesn't, nothing you can do or nothing you do can make him give you his all. Learn to let go and let God work on your behalf. Hashtag be strong. Well, I wanted to just kind of comment on it. So we tend to make a meaning for things. That we have a because and a why. We give ourselves that. So we say, it just feels bad, doesn't it? It feels like you're worthless. Like you couldn't have stayed loyal for me. Was I not enough? Was I not beautiful enough? I went to the gym, I cooked your meals, I took care of your children. I didn't, how do I, oh, we're reading that. How do I do any more to make you want me? The core me. Why can't you say that I'm enough? Why am I not enough? Well, number 1, people are imperfect. They're infallible. Maybe that's the right word. That means that they got their own internal landscape. They got their own mental landscape. And we selected these kind of men because they were exciting, or we reject men on looks. Sometimes you might need, if you really truly want a beautiful and a wonderful man, you might not be beautiful on the outside. You might be ugly. You might be fat. So in the meantime, understand that that could be a part of why we can't find a man that won't commit and will be loyal to us, was because we picked the pretty ones. It seems like the pretty ones, everybody's after the handsome, the hot ones. Of course they're going to have a big ego. And, you might be selecting your history. And I think you know what I mean, is that you pick what you grew up in, who your parents were, who you saw every day doing these things. You know that this is just a rerun of the life that you came up in. So maybe that's the case. And so when I read here, we internalize their actions. We agree with them in a certain way. When they disappoint, and when they don't follow through, and they drop on a commitment, or they stand us up, it makes us feel zero value. So we allow that feeling, that meaning, that label to stick, and we feel the voice come back and say, you are of no value, you have no worth. And we want only that person to show us worth. We only want that person to come back and say, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I was wrong for what I did. But when they don't, that hurts even worse. And if they drop us and they break up with us, they don't choose us, That means to us, we create a meaning, we create a label, and we say that we aren't blank enough. Pretty, smart, stylish, exciting. You can fill in the term. But that why, you can create a different why. You can reshape that why. Because you have their why. But you can create a new why. And you could say that the why is, and you can reshape it. So before I start on that, let me also add let's see. There was another one that I thought that was pretty outstanding. This one. This kind of falls with it too. Queen Thoughts, Instagram account. She says the real reason why you're hurting, you're attached to people who have been distant with you. You're paying attention to people who ignore you. You make time for people who are too busy for you. You're too caring to people who care less when it comes to you. Let those people go. So, Queen Thoughts and For Love 9099 are saying the same thing. They're saying that we have to change the meaning inside of ourselves. But it goes a little deeper. Before I start with a little deeper, let me tell you how to get over your ex, Dorothy, on her podcast. She says, you are like a sundae, and he or she is like a cherry on top. And if he decides to roll on up and out of there off of your wonderful sundae, and it just rolls off, that's one cherry, you are still an amazing, delicious, fabulous, tasty, decorative sundae. So it's not that they come and they go, but one thing that Ms. Self-Love MZ.SELFLUV, she helps you get to your self-love. Once you learn that skill of self-love, then the reason you will not search as hard for that why. Because now you have upped your own value in your own eyes. You don't let your value be determined by another individual, and that you let it stick. It's kind of like those name tags that say, hello, my name is, and it says blank. Hello, my name is worthless. Hello, my name is no value. Hello, my name is ugly. All right, somebody puts a label on you like that, you take that, you take your hand up to where they put it, let's say usually on your shirt where it's visible to other people, and you take that off. And every time they put on a label, you take that one off. But self-love is how you do it. And Ms. Self-Love from A Breakup Was a Wake Up, if you listen to that podcast, you'll see that she is what you need at this moment. And so is Dorothy from How to Get Over Your Ex. I've found so much compassion and understanding with these Breakup Is a Wake Up and the podcast. Oh, this guy right here, Ace Metaphor, you're going to have to listen to him too, because Miss Self-Love told me about that one. Sometimes what didn't work out for you really worked out for you. That means they left you, and that was a blessing. It's like the whole world is under a spell and only a few chosen people can see through it. Shit crazy. I love Tiny Buddha, but I'm not going to listen to that one, because we're not talking about that. We're talking about what Divine Soul said, double S at the end, and what? For Love 9099. Listen to this man. Listen to him. Ace Metaphor, remember it. And Blake Shelton, remember that name. Blake Shelton, Ace Metaphor, Miss Self-Love, and How to Get Over Your Ex. So, get to self-love. Because once you start to get self-love, then you're going to have a focus that's going to be self-propelling. You're going to propel yourself in different areas of your life. You're going to propel yourself financially. Because Miss Self-Love starts your podcast with the importance of financial focus, of how to make money, finding out what's good for what you know how to do, finding out what your due dates on your bills are, what your how much they each are, what the balance is, writing all that out. Because these men, these women, they're distracting to what's really important, and that is building yourself. Financially, usually, is what the need is. Because it's also going to boost your ego once you start to succeed. It's going to make you feel successful. And we want you to feel success. So, I guess me and my cats. So, it's something to think about. And it's kind of my interpretation of this Instagram post. So I'll read it again. Sometimes it's hard to fully let go of a man because deep inside we search for closure. So we're finding our value and our self. We are looking for love outside of someone else. That's what that closure is. But if we have a self-love, well, we're going to look inside for closure. We're going to say, that man disappointed me. And if you are comfortable enough to use a word that it's like you're speaking to yourself, you can even say he disappointed us. Because we might have an internal child. We might have an internal parent. Because if we didn't grow up with those things, then at some point in the future, we have to create those things. So the closure starts to process from within, and that's a more solid point of propelling to the future. Better than when we go looking for closure outside. Closure is an inside job. Closure is an inside job. So, well, maybe this is what I would take it as. Closure is always an inside job. But it's where we search for the closure. Do we search outside of ourselves for closure? Or do we need to ask an individual to reiterate why they left us, why they can't commit, why they cheated, why they didn't choose us? Or do we ask us ourselves? And we boost ourselves. And we nurture our healing. And we read something good for us. Like you might Google, why my significant left, why they won't commit. And someone else will have a wisdom and a story that might propel you to boosting and building yourself. See, at some point down the way in the future, what the goal is the next time someone disappoints you, the next time someone leaves, they don't choose you, they don't commit, they're flighty, they're flip-floppy, that you'll ask you, it's like, why? Why did that feel bad? And, if it were me, I would say, yeah, that hurts, I'm sorry. This is what I would even talk to myself. And I would say, well, let's read why, let's list out why we're awesome. Me. The one I was just using me as an example. Let's talk about what's your birth year, what's your birth date, what's your sign, and who are other successful, wonderful people that have that same sign. What is your numbers? What's your numerology? There's a way to get past what you're going through, and you don't have to look out there and ask for somebody else that hurt you too. Like, you're going to ask somebody that has helped you and has only had a history of helping you and loving you and being concerned for you. Ask that person for closure. Don't ask for the people for closure that hurt you. Don't ask for healing from the person who gave you the poison. No. No. The one that intended us harm, we don't ask for them to help heal us. We heal us. The people, these parts inside of our mind, that heals us. Because in there is intelligence that helps us to look for good people, good stories, good books, good self-help, journaling. Those are wholesome. The other ways, there's just feeding your addiction. You're addicted. And you just want to talk to them. You just want their attention. Because any attention is fine. Right? Don't feed your addiction. Start to feed your potential and your possibility and your skills and your talents. They're there. And you've been ignoring them. Let's do this, okay? Let's heal. I love you, friend.